Hi everyone, welcome to Be Different for Success. Today we'll be talking about flipping houses versus renting. In this video, we will compare two very different real estate investment strategies, flipping houses versus renting. You will learn the pros and cons of each, the difference between passive and active income, and which investment strategy fits your lifestyle and aligns with your financial goals. The long-time debate continues. Flipping houses versus renting. The short answer is, it depends entirely on what your goals are. Your time frame on flipping a house is usually around 6 months and can make you a lot of money on just one deal if you do things right. Flipping houses has its own unique pros and cons list, just as renting does. There are so many variables that go into both types of real estate strategies. This video should help clarify which real estate path you should venture down based on your goals. The difference between passive income, rentals, and active income, flipping. Passive income is money you receive every month from your investments. Regardless of where you are or what you're doing, that income keeps coming. An example of passive income would be owning a rental property and receiving rent checks every month. Active income is earning money through day-to-day work. As soon as you stop working, income stops coming. An example of active income would be the money you earn at your day job or income from flipping a house. Flipping is not investing. Flipping is not investing because, while it's possible to earn a ton of money doing it, you're having to earn it. Flipping a house requires a great deal of work, even if you're not the person physically doing the labor to fix up the house. You're probably overseeing the project, coordinating with contractors, getting your plans approved by the city, buying insurance, setting up a timeline and budget, etc. You are spending time and energy to flip a house, which is why it's considered active income. By definition, investing is the act of committing money or capital to an endeavor, for example, business, stocks, real estate, with the expectation of obtaining an additional income or profit. I'm not trying to discourage you from going the house flipping route. I'm simply saying that it should be considered a business and not an investment. If you are planning on keeping your day job and flipping a house on the side, be aware that most of all of your free time will likely be spent working on this project. The best thing you can do before becoming a house flipper is learn everything you possibly can about how to make a profit flipping houses. The pros and cons of flipping. As with most things, there are pros and cons to flipping houses. Understanding the unique aspects of house flipping will help you understand if the pros outweigh the cons, and if you should move forward with this strategy or not. Pros. Number 1. Quicker returns on your investment. Your capital is tied up for a shorter period of time than buy and hold properties. As previously mentioned, the average time frame on a house flip is around 6 months. Keep in mind that this is an average. If this is your first experience flipping a house, expect to encounter a few bumps in the road, which may very well extend your time frame. The faster you can flip a house, the greater return on investment potential. Number 2. No long-term property management. A major draw to flipping houses is that as soon as the remodel is complete and the property is sold, you can wash your hands and move on. You don't have to worry about finding tenants, collecting rent checks, and maintaining the property. You basically avoid the hassles of being a landlord. Cons. Number 1. Inconsistent income. This is where you need to look at the opportunity cost of flipping. Opportunity cost is an economic term meaning what you give up in order to gain something else. In other words, if your full-time job is flipping houses, you're giving up steady, consistent income from working in another career. Of course, it's possible to make money flipping. However, it will be important to figure out if the money you earn through flipping will produce more or less income than your current day job. Flipping is creating active income, and as soon as you stop actively working, income will stop coming in. Number 2. Taxes. Flipping comes with extra cost from buying and selling, including taxes on capital gains. Closing costs when both buying and selling a property can add up and cut into your overall return on investment. The self-employed pay the highest income taxes, as much as 43%. Without getting into too much detail, you should expect to pay an additional 15% on top of your normal taxes. There's a big difference between short-term and long-term capital gains tax rates. If you own a property for less than a year, you can expect to pay a capital gains tax rate based on your earned or ordinary income. Rental property is passive income. As previously mentioned, flipping can earn a lot of money in a relatively short amount of time, whereas renting an investment property usually produces less upfront income, but generates income consistently over a long period of time. In other words, your rental property will produce passive income, especially if you hire a property management team to handle finding quality tenants and maintenance. The pros and cons of renting. Owning real estate property has the potential to generate great returns, especially if held over several years. While you won't be enjoying a lump sum of cash like flipping a house might produce, you will be collecting consistent income in smaller amounts for as long as you choose to own and rent out the property. Let's discuss the pros and cons of renting. Pros. Number 1. Ongoing monthly income. Buying rental property is a long-term investment. If you were injured and unable to work, you would still be receiving monthly income from your rental. Passive income can allow you to become financially independent, build lasting wealth, and retire. Number 2. Your property value should increase over time. Real estate benefits from inflation. As long as you purchase in the right place at the right time, rents and cash flow will likely rise with inflation. The longer you hold onto your rental property, the more equity you will build. As the value of your rental increases in value year after year, so can your rents. Number 3. Investment property has tax incentives. Flipping does not. Investment income is usually taxed at 15%. If you compare this tax rate to flipping income at 25 to 43%, you'll see just how much money you can save. Rental property owners can also write off expenses such as repairs, maintenance, driving to and from the property, the cost of a property manager, the list goes on and on. But your single biggest advantage is writing off depreciation of your asset. Depreciation can potentially save you thousands of dollars a year in taxes. Cons. Number 1. Risk of vacancy. You may be thinking, all of this sounds great, but what if I can't find quality tenants and my rental sits vacant for months? As with any type of investment, there is always some degree of risk. In certain instances, it can be difficult to keep your rental filled for long periods of time. While your rental is vacant, you are obviously responsible for covering the mortgage. When investing in a rental property, you need to account for and even expect between 1 to 3 months of vacancy per year, and add that variable into your budget. If you can't afford to pay, let's say 2 mortgages for 3 months out of the year, you'll want to put more money away before buying a rental property. Number 2. Not all rental property is passive. I know I said that rental property is passive income. However, there are caveats to this passive income idea. You could be actively trying to find deals on rental property, researching the best markets, managing any updates or repairs, etc. If you are planning on managing the property yourself, consider your rental both an investment and a part-time job. In order to make your rental property a true investment, hire a management company to handle the day-to-day tasks, like finding quality tenants, securing rent checks, and responding to any maintenance requests. Conclusion. After reviewing the pros and cons of each real estate strategy, you should have a good idea of which direction is best for you and your financial goals. Flipping houses versus renting. If you like getting your hands dirty and consider yourself to be a very handy, resourceful person and like the idea of possibly a quicker return, then perhaps flipping is the best strategy for you. If you prefer the idea of passive income while keeping your full-time job and handing the reins over to a great property management team, then investing in rental property may be the best fit for you. People have found success in both flipping houses and renting them out. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Please click the thumbs up and write your personal tips in the comments below. Thank you for your support. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more from us. See you in the next video.